Hello, Internet. We're back. I'm joined with Tex this time. I'm sporting my Western shirt that I dug out from back in the day because Tex likes Western shirts, and I'll take an excuse to wear one. And like I said in the comments, I said Tex convinced me to shoot whiskey, so I went and bought whiskey. I don't know. Do you shoot scotch? Is that a thing you do?
I mean, you can. I guess we're going to.
Because I very much don't know much about whiskey. Because you're like, just shoot whiskey. And then I was like, wait, there's 9 types of whiskeys. Which type do you shoot? Oh,
I mean, I think you shoot whatever kind is not going to make you barf after in your mouth.
Yeah, and I don't have any shot glasses, so all I have is Dwayne and Kathy's little wedding glass. I think it's for sake. This is so delicate. I feel like this is like a little doll one. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the outrage.
Oh, that wasn't bad, actually. That was pretty smooth. I put it in the freezer because I'm a wimp, though, so it's nice and cold.
Perfect.
Because I'm not shooting hot whiskey. There's nothing worse than having, like, in the middle of summer, going to a club, and then someone's like, let's get whiskey shots, and then you get, like, warm Jameson off the gun or whatever, and you're just like, whoa. No. And then they're like, no, it's okay. Do a pickleback, and then you have like a shot of warm pickle juice to chase it down. And
the pickle juice should be cold, at least. Like that's I mean, where are they keeping their pickles if it's not in the fridge? That's gross.
Yeah, sometimes I've been to bars where they take all the pickle juice and put it like in a little jar, like a separate jar, and then they just put it on the bar by like the limes and the condiments, and then they're like, haha, fuck you, eat this and get out, or drink this and get out.
You know, I love when we talk about bars. It seems like it's a thing that we've done recently, but it really hasn't. It's like,
oh yeah, well, some bars are open again.
Yeah, I haven't been to one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd even go to one. Like I stopped. Like I want to say like I'm a cool guy who still went to bars right up until the closing, but I turned into an old man and it's way too late. So like I maybe hit a pub or two once in a while, but yeah, no, I haven't been to a bar in a long time. So yeah, are you following the hockey at all? I know you're not a big hockey.
No, I have no clue what's going on with any of the sports at all whatsoever. I saw that someone said swear words on the internet, and people were amazed about it because it was some nerdy sportscaster who swore on Twitter.
Yeah,
that's what I think it's because the Toronto team won the game. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they won. They're currently losing right now, so he wasted all that time swearing for nothing. But yeah, there's other stuff that went on that wasn't sports. You wouldn't think it happened, but yeah. Oh, we should probably introduce who you are. So you're Tex.
Tex.
Do you want to say what you do for work? I never know how like comfortable people are talking about all their stuff.
I work with seniors in a senior home. So yeah, got some opinions regarding that. Sure.
Hey, let me have it. This is the place. Do you want to do it now, or do you want to save it as like dessert?
We can work into it. We can work into it.
Okay. Yeah, because that must have been like almost extra stressful working like with seniors for COVID and stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think everyone was some degree of lockdown, but going, probably working 10, 12-hour days for months there, and like just terrified that someone, probably a staff member, is gonna, bring that shit in, and we have an outbreak.
Yeah. Oh, that must be carrots. Yeah.
And and it's the most part. We deal with active seniors for the most part, but there's a handful that have some dementia or memory issues, and the last thing you want is someone without the ability to comprehend that they're sick and contagious, then wandering around and affecting everyone else. And so there was a lot of fear, a lot of just anxiety. I probably didn't sleep. I drank a lot, still drinking a lot, but I drank more. I'd say end of March through May. I really did some damage to my liver and to the liquor stores of Vancouver.
Well, you had to make up for the no drinking at bowling that you weren't doing because bowling was closed. Oh yeah, I guess me and Tex are on a bowling league, so we bowled on the
Yeah.
same team. When did that stop? March? Was that when we
Yeah.
stopped bowling?
Yeah, I think we pulled the plug in like middle of March.
Yeah.
And no, the worst time possible. We were just crept into the last spot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
We were about to win it all.
We were going to win it all. We were going to win all the trophies, all the bowling, no more push-ups, all high fives, no bumps.
I'm okay. I could actually, after COVID, I could probably use some more push-ups. I'm getting so my Western shirts are a little extra tight, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, you got to work at getting them tight gear.
Yeah.
The one good thing about COVID and lockdown and whatnot is I've really reconnected or got closer with some people that I've only talked to here and there. My high school buddies.
Oh yeah.
There's 4 of us, and we see each other, a couple times a year. But we started a group chat, and like we're talking every day.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And through most of April and May, we were doing fitness challenges. So
crazy.
We started doing, okay, we're going to do 200 crunches and 200 push-ups every day. And then we worked up to like, we threw in some more crunches, and then we added some other exercises into it, squats and shit. I fucking hate squats, but I'm not.
I hate everything you've mentioned so far.
It's painful, except for the ab shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, it's helped because when you're trying to hit a number of exercises per day.
Yeah.
It's a goal, and it helps you to not be drinking the entire time. You can drink at the end. I wait till I've got 100 push-ups left before I start drinking. But
So how many are you still doing this, or are you done with that now?
We're not pushing each other as much anymore. I'm trying to do it because I want to be able to fit my shirts here and be tight here.
Yeah, there you go. I've always wanted to do the thing where you rip a shirt with your biceps.
Yeah, that's I don't know if that's yeah.
I think
that's not either our future, I don't think.
Maybe I'll just have to go to like a Value Village and buy a really like old thin shirt and just put it on and rip it that way.
Hulk Hogan that shit.
Yeah. I also forgot how hot these things are. They're pretty hot. It's like 100% polyester.
Mine's well worn. It's cotton. It breathes pretty good. I'm not going to say I'm not sweating, but
it's summer. It's like 30 degrees out there. I think where everybody's sweating. Yeah. I forgot I was doing this thing I'm calling Walk Gust, because like you're talking about how you always want to have like not always, but you want to have like a goal to work towards. So I did this thing where I started using my pedometer at work and stuff just to see how much I've been walking. And it's weird because it's more than I thought. Like I'm walking an average of 5 to 7 kilometers a day at work. But it kind of had the exact opposite effect, because now that I saw I walk 5 to 7 kilometers at work, I'm like, I don't have to do anything else. That's plenty.
I'm good. I did it.
Yeah. So yeah, the first week of August, I walked 61.5 kilometers.
Wow.
Which I'm not sure if that's a lot or not yet. I'll have to wait to see how the other weeks stack up, because I've never tracked like my whole day. So I don't know how much I would have walked normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot. Big number.
Yeah.
I don't think I've walked that in 6 months.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, like if I didn't have to walk for work, I guess it would be way lower, because it's like, well, I don't like walk a lot at work. I just on my feet and walking around like the shop and doing stuff. So what do you?
Is that like your iWatch or something, or?
No, it's just my phone. I just use my phone because it has like the built-in health pedometer thing. So like the reason I never tracked it before was because I didn't want to put my phone like in my pocket because I was scared I'd break it. But now that I broke it, I'm like, well, it's already broken. I don't have to keep it in the toolbox. So I'll just put it in my pocket and see what happens. Yeah.
Done.
So at this Seniors home. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's 3 levels of it.
Yeah.
We're independent living,
Yeah.
seniors residence,
Mm-hmm.
or a retirement community. And I got to use the taglines. But yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. No, because I have no idea what they're called. I just know because you can't just be like that place where old people are, because there are, like, I guess, gradations of them. So what do you do?
So there's assisted living, and there's
Yeah.
long-term care as well. And a lot of the COVID outbreaks, most of them were in long-term care. So that's people who are they're it's a hospital setting. They're not dying tomorrow, but they're gonna die there. That's sort of the idea of long-term care, and that's where the outbreaks, most of them have happened. But that doesn't mean that it can't happen at another level of seniors home. So.
Mm-hmm. Derek's joined us in the comments, so if you want to say anything to him. Derek again isn't with us because his back is still messed up, but I told him
Derek.
Yeah, so now he's just making fun of me in the comments. He said I should have
now.
He said I should have called it Joggist instead of Walkist, which is a better name. It rolls off the tongue a lot better, but I would have to jog.
Classy. I like it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I don't want to jog, so I'm going to keep Walkist with the K pronounced. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you. So, what at the seniors' home? What do you manage it, or?
For the most part.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Yeah, so let's get into the stuff that made people mad this week. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are at the old folks' home who are mad.
There are some there are some angry people. They have some outrage about things.
What does that look like? Like, is it like all young people are garbage and they shouldn't be allowed to do what they do, or is it like?
No. You know what? It's more. There's sort of 2 camps.
Yeah.
People there. There's the we don't understand what the fuck's going on. We hate your rules. We want to live our lives. We don't have years left. We have days. Well, they have years left. But, having restrictions on what they can do, and for March and April and May, they couldn't go anywhere. And, now that things are open, they're out and about. But there's no visitors. They got to have temperature checks when they come in, and we do know this. There's a lot of precautions in place, and some of them really don't like it. They still don't like adjusting to the sort of the new way of dealing with health and whatnot. And then you have others who are like they're watching the news every fucking day. They're listening to Bonnie Henry. They're terrified, and they don't want us to do any of the things like we've changed. We're allowing people to go out. We're allowing people to come and visit on the patio with plexiglass distance and shit. But we've got some move-ins, and that's scary for people. Like, oh, who are these new people in the building? They could get us sick. So there's some anger from about that. Not anger, but concern.
Yeah, I guess I never even thought of that. Like people moving to like an old folks home during this whole COVID thing, because you kind of
Yeah, I mean, there's sort of 2. I break it down to 2 kind of reasons why someone would.
Yeah.
And one is, let's say you're a senior. You're totally fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You have no health issues. But maybe your family's in another province, or they're here and they just can't see you because of COVID. They don't want to get you sick, so they've been isolated. They've been in their apartment or their house for the last 4 months, 5 months, literally doing nothing. The housekeeper can't come in. They're they're doing everything on their own. So they might say, okay, well, now I know what it's like to really be isolated. I'd rather be somewhere where I've got a social network and people to help me do shit. That'd be one reason. And another would be if they have health issues, like minor health issues. They'd rather be somewhere where someone can respond and push a button, and then there's a nurse that can go, hey, yeah, you're fine, or no, hey, let's take it to the hospital or whatever. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like the social, part of it, like you don't even really think, I guess you think about it because it's like the young people now are getting upset that they don't go out and hang out with their friends. You don't even really guess how much worse
Well,
the old people.
that really, and that's where my outrage is right now, is that,
Oh yeah.
we're still in it. And
Yeah.
if you're watching the updates, our numbers in BC have like doubled. They're going to triple probably soon. We've got like 1,500 people in isolation right now because of exposure, and it's people who they're okay. Fine, you're bored, but
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you need to go and start partying. But people are partying too much, way too fucking much. They're socializing, going to clubs, going to bars, and while yes, people who have jobs that are in the industry need to work, and I feel for everyone who's not working or hasn't been working, but the amount of partying that's been going on for the last month and a half, 2 months, and all the COVID cases that are now stemming from that, it's insane. And if you're 20, you're 30, it's not going to affect you. Yeah, maybe you get sick, maybe you won't even get sick, maybe 3 days at home of symptoms and then nothing. But do you not have grandparents or parents or uncles or coworkers or anything that are going to get sick? Like this is what's happening right now. People are just going nuts. The fucking drum circle. Fuck those.
Oh, dude, that was nuts. And like I was reading up on this because I saw somewhere that in less than a month the numbers have gone from 10 new cases a day to over 40, and I think yesterday we have even over 50. And then I saw another, like you just see all these shitty articles, like there was a house party that was out of control in Vancouver. There was over 100 people. The cops had to go break it up, and now 2 of those cops have COVID.
Three cops.
Oh,
three
cops
had COVID, and all their squads are in isolation because they were exposed to them.
Yeah, like I'm pro cop just because I don't want anybody to rob me. And if we lose those guys, like, all right.
All cops are fast. No, I'm kidding.
No ACAPs. No, but like you get what I mean. Like, so now there's all these police officers that are self-isolating because of this one fucking house party. What's going to happen at the next house party? Are they just going to be like, yeah, fuck, we're not going in there. Last time we did, all these people got sick. And it's like, you can't even really blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's kind of pointless to like the house party's going on. The exposure is already happening. What are you going to do? You're breaking it up. It's pointless. The point is, don't fucking go party. Stick to the small groups. That was working. We were doing great. We were under 200 cases in BC a month ago, and now we're I don't know, 400 or something, maybe more than that.
And then whatever happens with these 1,500 that are self-quarantined, like that number could easily double.
Oh yeah,
within a week.
I got a buddy of mine. He was out in Yaletown 4 days ago. And now he's been called by Coastal Health saying, yeah, you guys you got exposed. There was someone in the place you were at the day you were there.
So did they give their number to the restaurant when they went in?
You have to know. That's one of the, like, you use contact tracing when you go to a restaurant.
Oh,
I've only been to one, but yeah, the first thing is they take your name and number, and most places do like a questionnaire.
Yeah.
Have you any symptoms? Blah blah blah. Places that aren't doing that are shite. But
yeah, anyways. I don't think they're doing that out here in Burnaby, because I went to a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have to give my name, but
really,
yeah, like I don't know if that was just because they were being lazy or if it was before, like, because every time they say, "Oh, we're gonna have to do this," it takes a couple weeks or a little time for it to actually happen.
Well, you had when we had the reopening, and I even had to do it because we have a restaurant. You had to submit your health plan, your COVID health plan, to WorkSafe BC, and one of the things is contact tracing. So I don't know why they.
Oh yeah. Maybe I should just out Brown Social House and Coquitlam for not doing it.
Yeah, out those motherfuckers. Because that's a high impact place. A lot of people go through there.
Yeah,
they're not doing it.
Yeah, it was they did like
Old man Tex telling everyone what they should do here.
Hey, I have no problem unleashing the old man anger. Like, I don't know if I'm just annoyed because of COVID, but it's just like I am so like fed up with kids and their stupid bullshit. Like, I'll hear like a loud car go by and I was like, oh, those fucking young people. They're the worst.
Fucking, yeah, you know what? My outrage, I would like, as much as all the people I work with, I put them aside. Think about me, because I care about me most. I want to get back to my life. You know, I want to go out and do shit. I want to hang with my friends. I want to date people, I guess. I don't know. I want to get drunk in public and make an ass of myself. I want to do more than just have this space background. I want to do shit. And there's a big difference between wanting to do shit and then going and doing shit, even though it's not really appropriate or safe right now. And I'm gonna wait till I'm not gonna put everyone at risk. I've been in the last month been more social than I had in the last 5 months. But I wear a mask all day long, and I'm still super anxious. I got a lot of anxiety about every social interaction I have. I saw Will yesterday.
Oh yeah, how's he doing?
He's great. He's great. He looks fantastic. He's lost a bunch of weight. He looks sexy as fuck. We got drunk, jammed,
nice.
And he's been working from home, and so I know that he's safe. But despite that, after a few drinks, there was literally a lot of moist talking going on.
Moist talking.
If this was anybody else in any other situation, I'm really worried right now.
Well, you guys were at your house, right? Because I saw you guys did a shirtless jam video on Facebook. So
we did several videos of what I would consider very artistic musicianship. One was a shirtless. It was Misfits. We did a Misfits cover, and so naturally we had to. I was Doyle.
Yeah, you can't wear a shirt for that.
He was some sort of like cross between Danzig and I don't know, Moses or the Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah, great big giant beard. Yeah, on one hand, it sucks that you can't go out, but on the other hand, it's kind of fun to just stay inside and have a couple friends over and just get totally weird and get drunk like you used to in high school.
That was probably the most fun that I've had in months. It was pretty awesome.
Since the lockdown, pretty much. Yeah, no, I understand. It's crazy to think that we've been, like, we were just talking about when we quit bowling in March, and it was like everything, like the sports and stuff quit about halfway through March, and that's like coming up 5 months ago. Like, it does not feel like that long. It's like...
I know it does. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude,
I guess
March and April were the longest months I've ever experienced in my life. I feel like I turned 40 in January.
Yeah.
And I turned 45 in May. Okay. Like I had a 41st, 42nd, 43rd birthday in March. And a 44th birthday in April.
I guess it's different for me because I'm still I was an essential worker, so I still had to go to work and stuff. So it kind of just all blurred together, and it's like, because usually my time is broken up. Like, I'll go to work, come home, and then maybe do something after work or go do stuff on the weekends. And then it's like you're not doing stuff on the weekends, but I'm still like seeing people at work and stuff. So it just kind of all like the first 3 months of that felt like a couple of weeks. Like, it was weird because on one hand it felt like a couple of weeks, and on the other hand it felt like a year, just because it was like time was going by slow, but it seemed to be like you'd look back, you'd be like, I haven't done anything in like 3 months.
Well, the not doing anything, I would say the last 2 months have gone by very fast. Now that we're used to everything that's happening, but I don't know. March, April, that felt like years. It felt like fucking years.
Yeah, like you were saying before, you're like, these young kids, they don't really worry about themselves and stuff. And like, I'm not even necessarily worried about me getting sick. I'm just worried about like the economy just shitting itself entirely, and then like all these people losing their jobs, and then like we just have this like terrible lifestyle that you don't get anymore because it's like too many people lost their jobs and then like the food lines just collapses and then you can't have all the food you like. Like, what if we just don't get mangoes anymore? Like, that's something that
mangoes,
could very easily
kiwis,
happen.
avocados. Say goodbye to that shit. You know, like how are we gonna get it? They're not gonna bring it. You have to have people bring it. Yeah.
Go back to our white people food.
You know what we're gonna eat?
Terrible.
You know what? I'll tell you what we're gonna eat because I got a garden, and I'll tell you what we can have.
Yeah.
We're gonna have carrots. We're gonna have cabbage.
Yeah.
Corn, maybe now.
Yeah.
Potatoes. You can grow potatoes.
Yeah.
Kale and chard. Those onions. Those are the things that you can start growing over the fall and winter, and that's it. That's fucking it, right? Unless you can keep chickens. You can have chickens. Chickens.
I know, yeah.
Chickens all fucking year long. You eat a chicken, eat an egg, whatever. But those are the vegetables you can have. That's it.
I don't want to shit talk your garden, but that sounds like a terrible diet to live off of. I mean, yeah. Although, it's, at least we would have enough nutrition.
Yeah.
So that's not that bad, but it's just like
carrots are delicious. Don't fuck with carrots.
Oh
carrots
yeah. Wait, can we still grow mini carrots?
You saw my mini carrots, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I eat mini carrots every day just because it's one of those things. It's like I wake up in the morning and I make my lunches.
You mean the machined baby? Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to
That's not actually what a carrot. They don't grow those.
They don't.
Those are the ugly carrots that they don't want to send to market, and they put them through a machine that skins them in and shades it a little bit. No. But there's a thing called a Parisian carrot, which I grow some. I have some. They're growing, and they're essentially the size of like a cherry tomato.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I saw a picture of those.
They're a little round, like ball.
Yeah.
Okay, the ones I pulled a few weeks ago they're like this big. They're supposed to be like maybe like that
walnut
big.
Size?
I don't know what a walnut looks like. I'm allergic to them. They're smaller than a golf ball.
Oh, okay,
bigger than a cherry. Bigger than a cherry.
Yeah, walnut's in between a golf ball and a cherry. So
yeah,
I think you're explaining walnut size. Like, how are they sweet or are they like?
They taste exactly like fucking carrots. they're the only difference is the shape, the size.
Oh yeah.
It's a fucking carrot.
I like how we turned into Produce Factory.
Produce Factory. I'm outraged about your opinions on produce.
Yeah, it's the outrage is that we don't get any of the delicious food from other places around the world. Are you gonna do another one?
Oh,
I got my little Barbie cup.
So I was gonna challenge you to do a shot whenever you said, I don't know, but we're just gonna do it randomly. It's good.
I'd be dead.
Yeah. That was the idea.
Oh, that was a lot less smooth. I think the scotch is warming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm probably just gonna have fucking red face for the rest of this.
It's red.
Yeah. I think this is the most cowboy I've ever felt. Wearing a Western shirt and doing shots of whiskey. That's what cowboys do, right?
In your nicely decorated apartment.
Yeah.
A lot of white.
Don't have to endure hardships at all. I bet.
Do you have an Outrage Factory branded mug that you're drinking out of right now?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
see?
Can you buy those online?
Yes, you can.
Can we put that on the screen here where you can buy a mug?
I could I'll put the link in the comments, but I'll do it after we're done talking because it'll just be like.
What are you drinking out of your Outrage Factory mug?
Water.
Oh.
Hey, I promised I'd do shots, but I can't do anything else. I still have to work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, so do I. Dude, it's 7:20 something. I don't know.
Yeah, I get up at 5, and I have 3 days. Yeah. We don't want to talk about Dale's old man body anymore because it's just embarrassing.
Not talk about it, just show it. Let's go.
Yeah, no. That would be if I was actually taking a shot every time I said I don't know, you would see my body. But since we're not doing that, I don't want to lose the 3 people we have watching this.
Is that your viewership right now? Is 3?
I don't know. It says one person, but I don't know, has the video open and is watching something else.
Everyone I told is like, I'll watch it later. I'm like, I don't know if you can. I think you're gonna watch it live. I don't know.
Nope. Actually, if you want to watch it later, you can. This video stays on the Outrage Factory page, so people can go watch it. Or I'll also put it on YouTube, or you can get the audio version normally, like you would.
So many options. That's a lot of options. I like these options.
Yeah, I kind of want to cover all.
You notice that I was in space?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew that we wanted to talk about space today.
Oh yeah, the NASA thing.
Yeah.
So,
hey.
Yeah.
How's that for a segue?
That's a pretty good segue.
Huh?
I mean,
you got to
have a future in podcasting.
Here.
I mean, we spent half an hour talking about nothing of the stuff I researched, so this is good. Yeah. So NASA announced that they are going to go back and they are going to take all the nicknames, all their problematic nicknames of their, I think they only announced 2 nebulas, and one was called the Eskimo Nebula, but I want to look up the scientific term for it because
I think that they should take a look at the white dwarf, because that sounds racist to me, as well as is there a term for like racism on height, like a what's it called when you're heightism, shortism?
Oh, I think ableism? It would be heightism, or it would be a subset of ableism, because
outrage. I am outraged. I don't give a fuck. I think it's stupid. You know what they should do? They should change the name of Uranus
to
NASA. Should change the name of the planet Uranus.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me a suggestion that they should change it to.
Oh yeah, you know what they should change it to?
What?
Just anus. Why does it have to be Uranus? Like, why my anus? You know what? It's a very exclusionary kind of language. You know, I want inclusive language. Make that planet
exactly
just anus.
How about anus. Our anus? I mean, involve everybody.
Okay. That's a okay. You know what? You're an inclusive person. You really are.
There we go. Yeah.
Good.
So,
our anus.
The scientific name for the Eskimo Nebula is NGC 2392. So that's what NASA's going to call it. And now it's like, nobody's going to know that. They're going to be like, well, we've been looking at NGC 2392 and we've noticed that the gases in the proximity, and you're just going to be like so bored. Like before, like I get it. You don't want to say Eskimo Nebula, but did you know that this nebula already has another name? It's also known as the Clown Face Nebula. Which just fills everybody with nightmares. I don't know why. Yeah. Like, I was looking it up to see what the nebula looked like, and apparently it got its name the Eskimo Nebula because it looks like a face with like a parka around it. So what it I don't know if you could see this here. That's what it looks like. So that's that's the Eskimo Nebula.
I mean, sure. Or, a sea urchin with a big vagina. I don't know.
Yeah. And they're saying that that's the face, and then that looks like a parka. So they called it the Eskimo Nebula. But why wouldn't they just call it the Parka Nebula? I mean.
Or why did they just call it the Inuit?
Yeah. Or the Clown Face Nebula. I just call it that all the time.
I don't know. I've never heard of it before. I've never seen it on a telescope. I have looked at things on a telescope. I've looked in books. Never seen it, never heard of it. I don't think there's a lot of people that are going to be offended by it. Why can't they just, I don't know, go find the aliens?
Hey, the American government already said that not only do they have video of actual UFOs, but they've also have UFOs in their possession that they've been studying for years. And people are just like, we don't care. COVID's happening.
Was that like let's not pay attention to Trump kind of like here's a thing to not look at how Trump can't ride a bicycle?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hey, we don't care if Trump can't ride a bike here. Yeah. That's another good segue, because that whole Trump can't ride a bicycle thing, like, I don't care if Trump can't ride a bicycle. He's
Actually,
70.
hang on.
He shouldn't be riding bicycles.
Can we go back to aliens and
Yeah.
UFOs for a second?
Okay, let's go back.
I'm really interested in this. Okay, so they actually like came out and said we have spacecrafts.
Okay, I'm just gonna Google it to see what happened, but let's see.
Like, is there pictures? Like, can we see them?
I don't.
Did that thing where everyone was gonna go down to to Nevada and storm Area 51? Should that have actually gone forward? Because I know they stopped. They didn't do it, but like, would we have seen some spacecraft? They did. Like, fuck. I kind of wanted to go and just watch the people doing that.
Oh, if that happened, I would have been the happiest man. But what happened was like 10 people went there, and then they're like, "Yeah, there's nothing in here."
You're lagged.
Okay. Just tell me when I catch up.
Now you're good.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at my video and my mouth didn't match up. That's weird. Okay, so on July 24th, the New York Times released a bombshell article on classified UFO briefings by blah, 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 U.S. Congress, Pentagons. The officials that the craft involved their off-world vehicles were not made on Earth. Yeah, basically they just said we have craft that weren't made on Earth. And we've been studying them because that whole Bob Lazar thing, who's been talking about how he worked in a secret.
I watched his shit.
On Netflix. It's super interesting. It's weird because it's super interesting and boring at the same time because he's all like, I was reverse engineering the spacecraft and then it doesn't show anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
they told me I couldn't say anything, but here I am. They're gonna come get me if I.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you a crazy person? You might be a crazy person, Lazar.
Yeah. But apparently he's not crazy because they now say that they have stuff.
Yeah. But that kind of news really is like a hey, look at this. Because
it definitely is.
Look at that.
Yeah, they're like, don't pay attention to how terrible everything is doing right now. If we never had COVID, do you think they would have released any of this alien stuff and we'd still be in the dark? So I mean,
we have been scrutinizing the news, the whatever tidbits that come out, like more than ever in, I'd say, decades in the last few months. Yeah. But not scrutinizing in like a let's look at the facts, scrutinizing in like a let's get outraged and then argue about it.
Hey, that's good for our podcast.
Every little fucking thing. And, fuck this, like, just and I'm going to segue into one of your topics, the Beirut explosion, which I think is it is what it is. It's a fucking explosion. The news cycle for the first 12 hours had everything from this looks like an atomic bomb. This is just like Hiroshima. This is like. People who have no expertise in explosions or bombs or anything, probably haven't even seen a video of Hiroshima, just comparing it and making these assumptions. Oh, it's a missile attack or it's a bomb. Dude, you're not. I'm an expert on knowing that you're not an expert. That's why I'm here right now. I am an expert on knowing that everyone on the internet is not an expert.
Yeah.
And this Beirut thing is a prime example of that.
And the worst thing was, they're like, we don't want to say what it was. We don't know exactly what it was. And then they finally were like, yeah, it was ammonium nitrate. The people had 6 warnings that they were supposed to move the thousands of tons of ammonium nitrate they had by the dock. That's very explosive and volatile. And you're like, why the fuck were we even talking about it being anything else besides that if there are on record 6 warnings? Because
it's sensationalist news, and everyone's sitting at home during quarantine, the extended quarantine, and they need shit. They need exciting news.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exploded. And it always has to be like the problem. It's the conspiracy thing where it's like everybody's like, what was that explosion in Beirut? Beirut, what was it? Was it government action? And then you're like, well, no, it was just a stockpile of fucking chemicals that blew up. And people are like, oh, that's it? Really?
Yeah.
And it's like,
No.
people don't want to admit that these like poorer countries just have lax safety measures where they just have giant piles of explosive chemicals that could just blow up at any time.
Around. It happens. They just sit there, you know.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is a port. We don't know where we're going to send this ammonium nitrate yet because it's a volatile thing, so we can't put it anywhere. So just fucking shove it in that warehouse beside the firework factory, and fuck, maybe it'll figure it out. And then they get all these warnings. They're like, hey, you should move all this ammonium nitrate. That might be a danger. And then they're like, nah. And then it just fucking blows up. And then, and it's just like, I mean, when I heard what it was, I was like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense that a flammable material.
The first thing that I thought when I saw it was, yeah, that sounds like some shit was not in the place it needed to be. And it exploded. I'm like, there's no reason right now that anybody would give a fuck about blowing up Beirut. Like, they're why? They're suffering more than most countries. They have like COVID cases of the fucking yin yang. They have like a civil fucking shit going on. Their dollar is sunk like, I don't know, a third or a quarter of what it was in the last 6 months. Like, they're fucked. They're fucked. Yeah. No one's bombing them. Why? Like, if you want to take over Lebanon, all you need to do is just like walk in there with like 12 guys with guns and be like, we own you now. And they'll be like, can we have food?
Or buy it from them, be like, you guys are all suffering. We'll give you this loan that you can't pay back, and then we'll just take over your country. It'll be like financial colonization. Yeah. And I love how Beirut must have just been like, nobody gave a fuck when shit was blowing up all the time like years ago. Why do you care now? Exactly. Like, why do you all care about this one bomb?
And also the Outrage Factory that is pushing out people saying shit about Beirut, and it's great. I mean, care about your neighbors for sure. But have you noticed that most of your neighbors here aren't working?
Yeah.
Maybe like figure like instead of trying to get money for a country that no one's gonna ever go to that here. Yeah. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like we got to figure out how to get all of our immediate friends and neighbors and family and shit whole and working and getting food on the table. Like we're fucked. We're as fucked as the other country right now. Let's focus on us. I don't know. The UN can figure that shit out. Isn't that what they're for?
I'm reading back through the comments in the live feed, and I think my thing froze, and we missed a couple good ones because somebody wanted to know what the interrelationship styles of the elderly is like.
They fuck.
Do they?
They have sex.
Like a lot?
I don't really document it, but yeah, they're with the advent of Viagra, and you take loneliness, a little bit of dementia, and Viagra.
I mean, that dementia Viagra, that's a rough combo. That's good.
And this is offline. The majority of people in retirement homes are female.
Yeah.
I'd say it's 10-1, female to male. So the males that go to a senior's home tend to couple up or whatever they do. It's interesting. The one I've managed, there's not a lot of that going on. I did a bit. I try not to hear. I don't want to know. Yeah. I don't want to know who of the seniors are banging. I also don't want to know who of the staff are banging because, there's I'm 40 and there's a bunch of 20-year-old. They work in the various departments, and I don't want to know what they're all doing. It's not my business. But I hear. There's some fucking. There's some cuddling. I don't know. I don't
Let's
know
leave it at that. There's a lot of couple or cuddling.
Yeah.
People don't want to be lonely. It makes sense.
So we had whoever that commenter was. I had this one gentleman who lived there, and he was a classy. He was a very suave, cool dude, old Jewish man.
Like a 70-year-old Fonz.
80. He had 2 girlfriends. He had a daytime girlfriend and a nighttime girlfriend. I shit you not. He had.
You're allowed to just have a daytime and a nighttime girlfriend?
And they knew. If I know, they knew. Everyone knew. He had.
Oh,
2
wow.
Yeah, it was.
So
progressive seniors, buddy. Progressive seniors.
I mean, hey, if anybody's going to be progressive about it, it would be the people who are like, we got to try this out because we might not be here that much longer. Like, I'm just.
Yeah.
I feel like the daytime girlfriend would have got the short end of the stick. I mean, because she's doing all the, like, taking care of you, having conversations. Whereas the nighttime girlfriend, they get to watch TV.
He would have lunch with her.
Yeah.
And they hang out and do whatever they got to do. I mean, maybe she slept over. I don't know. And then she would go to her room, and then he would come down for dinner with the other one.
Oh, crazy. Do you think this guy was having sex with 2 women a day at 80?
Yes.
That's bonkers.
My hero.
I mean, I don't even know if I'd want to try undertaking the physicality of that right now, and I'm only 40. I can't even imagine being 80 and doing that. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I might like if that's all you're doing all day. Like like I said before, humble brag about walking 5 to 7 kilometers a day at work. If I'm not walking
and welding shit all day long.
Like, what if I'm doing no walking and the only thing I'm lifting is senior citizen ladies because they've got to be pretty light?
I will not comment on the mass of senior citizen. I don't know.
That's a good point. Derek just asked where'd he get the energy, and I'm going to say probably the blue pills and other pills. Maybe.
They have yellow pills, too.
What are yellow? Oh, like Cialis? Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
There's a new one, too. I don't know what color it is.
There's Blue Chew, which is like, I've heard about it on podcasts. It's like chewing gum, but it's Viagra, but it's like a non-copyrighted, name one. So yeah.
Well, I think the patent on all those drugs have expired. You can buy Chinese versions of all of them for cheap now.
Yeah, Viagra's over 25 years old or whatever, so you can like start using the formula to make knockoff ones. That's crazy. We've had that stuff for 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask, like, because do old people take like energy pills? Like maybe not caffeine or like diet pills, but they've got to have something that like the equivalent of a Red Bull and a pill.
I have no idea. We would have to invite the staff nurse on. Even Danica might know, but she worked there for a whole time. But I don't know.
Oh my God, we should get old people on this podcast. I would. Oh wait, you said that guy used to be there.
Who?
The old guy, the 80-year-old guy.
Oh,
he
passed away.
Damn it! Missed their opportunity to have
too much. If I get to that age, I hope that I hope I go out swinging. I hope I go out with like five girlfriends, 5 seniors. I have like a one. I don't know. It's forget it. I sound like a douchebag.
I don't know.
Moving
it's
on.
Stuff that happens. Yeah, we can move on. Oh, one thing we should talk about that's kind of like there's no way to segue into it. Well, I guess like old people.
The guy with a dick in his arm?
Yeah, we could talk about that too.
Oh, what were you going to segue into?
I was going to talk about the plantation one. But the guy with the dick on his arm is way more exciting than the plantation one. We just talked about old people sex, so we can't just bring everybody down by talking about plantation weddings.
Let's just put the dick on the table.
Yeah.
Just fucking flop them right on.
So hopefully Nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about because this is this crazy story out of the UK where a guy. So what happened was his taint got infected and turned black, and he was like, whatever, I'm sure that's probably bad, but I'm not going to do anything. And then he left it for like too long, and then he lost his cock and balls. So now
Cock and balls, not just the cock.
He lost everything. Too. So what happened was it turned into a necessity to get a new penis because it was like the necessity part of it was he can't pee properly right now because I don't, they didn't say what's going on down there, but I can only imagine it's just a goddamn nightmare that I wouldn't want to know about. So in order for him to pee properly, they needed to build him a new penis. But since they can't just build those in the lab, or every single person or every dude in the world would have one, they put like, I think they put like the main vein on his arm, and then over 4 years or so, like the skin grew around.
Did you not read the article?
I thought I read it.
No, they took skin off of one arm or leg or something. They took skin off of one body part, and then they put it and they coiled it onto his arm, and like in a way that it would over time grow new shit into it. And
like they made like the vein or whatever.
They made a fucking tube, a skin tube.
That's what I meant instead of vein. Sorry, And then they put like a pump in it, like they put 2 little air sacs in it so he could pump it
up,
like erect, like old
pump it
bicycle, or like he wants to be all secretive, so he got like those pumps, Reebok pumps in his shoes, so he just before he goes and visits his girlfriend, he's like, and
like, hey baby, we're gonna bang. No, I can get pants on. Hang on, I'm just gonna take my shirt off.
Yeah.
You see my space arm fucking here? Is this good?
Yeah. The best part was I was reading the story about all this stuff happening, and the guy was like, oh, it's all bad. He's like, but I get an extra 2 inches, so it's not that bad. And I was like, oh, you get a bigger one doing this. Huh.
I mean, I don't know if I would give up my dick to get a bigger dick, but
well, I mean, if God forbid,
have no dick
your dick
for 5
rots
years.
off.
Did you read that part? This happened 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
He got sick, so he couldn't get the dick taken from his arm to his crotch after it was maybe 2 years of growing. Yeah. And then 2 years happened, and he got sick. And then now it's been 4 years, and he was supposed to get it done in like April. COVID.
Yeah. Just another thing ruined by COVID. Yeah. Give this man his penis. Oh my God. If there's anybody who wants COVID to be over, it's that guy.
That dude. That motherfucker. With his arm dick. Hey, hey, baby. You want to see my dick? Hang on.
Is this a dick on my sleeve, or am I just happy to see you? Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that took a left turn. All right.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see a picture of it? I was trying to find a picture and I couldn't. I was like, I gotta see what this looks like.
I actually didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like physical deformities and shit. Like I don't want to see it. I get emotionally bothered by like goiters and like arm shit. Like I don't want to see it.
Yeah, no, that's disgusting too. I would not want to see that. But it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm kind of happy I didn't see it because, like you said, you don't really want to see that kind of gross stuff. But it's like you hear about it and you're like, I gotta see what this looks like. It's like a car accident. You want to look.
You know what I want? I want you to look at it and then tell me how weird it is. That's what I want. So you should Google that, and then I'll give my expert opinion on.
What if it's like an immaculate looking penis? If it just looks like the best one ever, because it should look very good because it's man-made by scientists. He didn't grow it naturally. Well, he kind of grew it a bit, but they've been looking at it and like fixing it up every step of the way.
Have you met many transsexuals?
No. Well, I've met some, but I've never.
Have you seen their penises?
No, I have not seen a transsexual's penis.
I mean, I haven't in person either, but I've seen videos. Not that I know that I've taught them out. I've seen them. They happen to happen, and they're not very impressive. I mean, science did a thing. They did a thing, but it doesn't look like.
Yeah, I mean, but those they aren't really building from scratch. So, they're like
okay, fine, fair enough. They turn all the internal shit inside out, and I don't know what they do. I think
they make the clitoris grow into one.
And forming the fucking dick out of an arm, that is some science shit. I'm gonna guess that it's not gonna be a good looking dick. It's gonna be a functional arm dick.
Probably not gonna be. You're right. You'd want it to be because it would be like. You think scientists would have this down. Like, I want scientists to have this down for when I'm the 80-year-old guy at the seniors home. I want to have, like, a freshly restored, like, not original parts penis for when I'm going to party with my daytime girlfriend and my nighttime girlfriend.
Like, I'm 40 right now, and I'm at a point where my dick's like a car. It's like it's a
Sounds like it's really big and square.
No. It's not. It's very. I'm on like the low side of average. But
does it smell like gas? Is that why it's like?
I was going to say my dick is like. It's more. Its function is it's a backseat to its appearance. It's like a restored car, but you haven't fucked with the engine much. I'm 40. It's a 40-year-old car. It runs like a 40-year-old car, but I've done some body work. I haven't done any body work. The body work's perfect. It's been in the garage for a long time. Had tarp over it. Polished. It's been polished. There's been a car washer, a guy that comes by and makes sure that it looks. I don't have a guy that touches my dick.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, especially if it's for the semi-annual maintenance.
I'm gonna blame the fact that I've been drinking whiskey since we started this. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I think this is a bad idea. Nothing good ever happens when two guys drink whiskey and then talk about dicks.
What's the next topic?
Let's just keep talking about arm dick.
I would like to know what the people on the internet are outraged about this week.
Well, I think everybody's going to be outraged that 80-year-old guy has a better life than I do at 40.
Yeah, well, but he's... he was a very nice fellow. He's a very nice fellow. I liked him a lot. He was very charming.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that he had 2 girlfriends. He was a charming motherfucker.
There you go. All that's really left is...
And he's Jewish.
Oh, there you go. He's your people. We could talk about the Ryan Reynolds plantation wedding, or do we want to buffer between arm dick and plantation wedding?
You just go right into the Black Lives Matter shit. Let's go.
Okay, so apparently plantation weddings not only were a thing in 2012 when Ryan Reynolds got married, him and, I forget her name. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was just looking at this before.
Kelly Ripa?
No, Blake Lively. So
I was close.
You were very close.
A bunch of first names.
You had 2 names that belong to a woman. That's very close. So Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively got married. He said they found it on Pinterest and they thought it looked good. So they went and had a plantation wedding, and that he sincerely regretted it. And he apologized in 2018 it came up, and then it recently came back up, and he apologized, and then he donated $200,000 to the NAACP. And then I was like, these have, like, with all the Black Lives Matter and everything that's happening right now, these have got to be done. Like, they can't still be doing plantation weddings. Like, that's basically, you go have a big debutante, like, Southern ball wedding in an actual plantation. But you can. I looked it up, and I was pricing out my wedding that.
Andrea, are you listening? Are you listening, Andrea? Are you going to have a racist wedding?
No,
Andrea,
we're not.
Are you going to let Dale take you to a racist wedding? Is she listening?
We're not actually going to do it, but okay. I was looking it up to see if you actually still could, because I thought, they for sure would have cut these all off. But
no, I bet not. I'll slap some bills down on the table here.
Yeah,
you can still have a racist plantation wedding.
Yeah.
By the way, have you noticed how racist the United States of America have gotten lately? I think they think it's okay to be racist now. I don't know if you noticed.
There's a couple of them that do.
They're getting more racist over there. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit. So if you go to weddingspot.com, you can go to,
which I do a lot. That's one of my favorite websites.
Is it bookmarked? You can go to the Magnolia Plantation and Gardens, which not only do they still do weddings at, they named it their best wedding spot of 2020, which is crazy. But it's like, I priced it out and it's $20,000, and that's American. So I'm definitely not having a wedding there. Yeah. And it's not just because that's 20,000 American dollars, which is quite hefty.
I think
for
we
a
can
wedding.
Find you a cheaper racist wedding if you want.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I wouldn't want a racist one though at all.
I mean, maybe just you could I'm sure there's a bunch of native lands around here. You could go and you wear some Coachella headdresses on and.
Ooh, hey, that's like hey, we were talking about how racist the states are, but the Chicago Blackhawks this year have finally banned wearing headdresses into the stadium. You can no longer do that. Yeah.
Are we talking about real fans that can't come right now, or the hologram or cutout fans that they're putting in the stadium?
I think they meant when fans are able to go back, they're not going to be allowed to wear their headdresses, which is insane that they're even allowed to this. I don't know. It's like you hear all this stuff like we talked about it last week, but the Washington Redskins, the Edmonton Eskimos, NASA, and they're all renaming all this shit. And you're like, why the fuck is this still around? Like, those are terrible names to begin with, and they're racist. Just, I could get rid of them. Nobody cares. Just be like, we're selling all new merch.
But, I mean, at some point, do you think that someone find the new Seattle football team, hockey team,
Kraken?
Racist? That might be racist someday.
No, the Kraken will never be racist because it's a myth.
What if you don't believe? What if you don't believe in? What if you're a highly religious person and you're like, I don't believe in a giant god squid thing. The Cthulhu has sent the Kraken forth upon the world. I don't believe in that. I'm a devout Christian.
Actually, you have a point, because there are some fundamentalist Christians who find it offensive to have fantastical creatures like that movie, The Golden Compass, and the TV show. They took a whole lot of slack because they
the best thing about The Golden Compass is Sam Elliott. And the best part about Sam Elliott is he plays the same character in that movie. He plays in every other movie he ever is in there. He's the same Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
He's the cowboy. He's the cowboy in Golden. Why would they even have it? Why would they need a cowboy? But they've got Sam Elliott.
Why would you have a fantastical world without a cowboy?
By the way, did you see that amazing cover that Will and I did of Little Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus?
Hometown Road?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw partial of the video on that. Yeah. It's on your Facebook page for anybody who's watching who wants to go see that.
It wasn't good, but I'm very, very happy we did that because it was fun.
It doesn't have to be good. All it has to do is fun, because with covers, it's not the good video that's the treasure. It's how funny it is, which is the actual treasure.
Dale, this is the treasure for me.
All right.
Just doing this with you. This is a treasure.
Hey, it's been a treasure for me. And you know what? We talked about everything. So we can wrap it up right there. Like, I mean, usually we have a lightning round, but we kind of made it through everything. So we don't even have to do that.
Well, did we get every topic, really?
We didn't get the Alaskan loophole thing, but like some guy from Alaska was going to Calgary and then to Banff to hook up with a girl from Calgary, and he got 2 tickets. And
he got chased around a fucking hotel by security, and then he got chased around the fucking city because he wanted to get laid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, that's a lot of effort.
They're like,
going from Alaska to Banff.
Can you go to your room and adhere to the quarantine? And he's like, no, make me. I'm an American. I have guns. And he ran around, and they chased him.
I have rights.
I've got rights. I don't give a shit about quarantine or fucking COVID. Wearing a mask is against my civil rights as an American in your country, Canada. I'm gonna bang this. I mean, Albertans are pretty much the Americans of Canada. So I'm gonna bang this Canadian. Dude, that guy.
Yeah.
They chased him around the hotel.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they busted him trying to go to the gondola with her in his car. They caught him like 4 times in Banff.
Yeah.
And then they escorted him, police escort, to the border.
To the American border?
Yeah.
That's quite a drive.
Yeah.
To go to the Alaskan border from Banff.
Okay, you know what? I don't know. I read they escorted him to the border or something. I don't know what the border was. Where else would it? How far is Alaska from Banff?
It's got to be like.
That's a big drive. That's a big drive.
Yeah, that's like.
I think it was to the outskirts of town.
This far, yeah, it might have been to the outskirts of town. Just to be like, hey, get out of here, and then like because once you go above Banff, there's like nothing worth seeing until you get to Alaska anyway.
No, there is nothing you want to see. I can't even think of a single thing. What's up there? Like
Jasper, I think, but Jasper's like, is Jasper north of?
No, it's lower.
Yeah, so like once you go above Banff, there's not much. I mean, if you go west far enough, there's like Prince George and like Dawson Creek and stuff like that.
Also, why would you want to go to Prince George? Unless you need some logs. Do you need some logs?
I mean, if you were a guy who's going to make a booty call from Alaska to your Calgary girlfriend, you would probably have a way less likely chance of getting caught in Prince George than you did in Banff.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you just got to plan it out better. And I guess once you get caught, don't be a complete ass until the point where they kick you out of town.
This guy
wasn't helping your case. Sorry?
This guy was an ass. He was like a typical American. I got guns and I
yeah.
douchebag. But also, if you're gonna drive from Alaska to Banff just to get laid, dude, that guy, he wants to get laid. Like he's determined.
Well, maybe.
I don't even like going to like Langley or Surrey. Like that's far.
Yeah, I get you. Like, there's like an hour into that drive where you're like, yeah, I gotta go meet my girl, and you're all excited, and then like an hour later, you're like, so I guess I'll listen to this podcast, and then they put us on.
I'm gonna listen to Outrage Factory. Now I'm not horny at all.
And then we're talking about dicks on arms, and then he just ruins the whole mood. And he doesn't even want to. Yeah, like Derek said, at least fly to Banff. Like, don't drive there. That's ridiculous.
But you can't fly to, can you?
Oh no, you can't. You can't fly from America to
Actually,
Canada.
there's no airport in Banff. Derek, where the fuck do you think the airport is? You're gonna fly?
to Calgary. You gotta fly to Calgary.
Yeah, and then if you're
drive
just
from
gonna
Calgary
fly
to
to
Banff.
Calgary, just go straight to your girlfriend's house. You don't even have to go pay for a hotel and stuff.
Yeah, but Banff is nice. Have you been to Calgary? Hey, you're from Calgary. Yeah,
I'm
Calgary
not
kind of
from
sucks.
Calgary, but I lived there for a couple of years.
Yeah. Would you, if you had a choice, would you go to Calgary or Banff to try and woo a girl?
If I was coming from Alaska just to get some, I wouldn't care whether it was Banff or Calgary.
Yeah, but if you wanted her to want to also get some.
Oh, that's true. You want to impress her by whisking her away to a.
Banff is a beautiful town.
It is very beautiful.
There's a mountain or two. There's mountain goats. There's
Trees.
Trees. There's a bunch of trees. There's a place where you can get those delicious baked what are they, elk horns? What are they called? The moose knuckles? I don't know. They seem they look delicious. I don't know.
Like the donut, like a elephant ear.
Yeah, but it's not an elephant. It's like an elk or moose.
Bear
knuckle.
paw?
Yeah, bear paw.
Yeah. They also have that really good fondue place in Banff that's pretty good. Or the Grizzly Bear restaurant. There you go.
Yeah.
That'll impress a girl.
I would take a Calgary girl there, that's for sure.
Yeah, she would be totally into it.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it. You don't have any social media you want to blow up or anything you want to give?
I mean, if anyone really wants to see the ridiculous Misfits cover that me and Will did yesterday, you could tune in to my Instagram, which is I don't know, what is it? Oh, Whiskey Texas Foxtrot.
Ah, there you go.
Whiskey Texas with 2 S's, Foxtrot. That's
there you go.
That's where I am.
Yeah, and to get more episodes like this that you've so loved, you can go to transistor.com or just go outragefactory.com. Yeah, it links to the Transistor page. You can go to our Facebook page where you probably are if you're watching this. It's facebook.com/outragefactpod. You can go to YouTube, Outrage Fact Pod. You can go to our Patreon, which is Outrage Fact Pod. You can go to Twitter, which is Outrage Fact Pod. And you can talk to us anytime you want there. And until next time, stay angry.